Date my stream title. That's very annoying. No, not what we want. That would be really bad to put in the title. There we go. Yeah, cool. There we go. Need to get Onivia's chat up. Chat up. Gee, is it on this one? Oh. We're back to see it. Hope the player doesn't crash again. Okay. Not much I can do about that one. We'll do what we can. No adverts. Shush. Random German. Hello, folks. Good to have you all in here. Let me pop out Onivia's chat so I can see all of you as well. Prediction for today, I think LR 3-1, but I have done that against Team Phantasma quite a lot and been very wrong. So I'm going to stick with it, but I might just be giving Team Phantasma the energy they need, because I think at this point, the underestimation has to stop. I think Team Phantasma are a legitimate dark horse. They are deservedly in semi-finals. They're not here by fluke, they're here by being really good. I still think LR should be quite scary for them in the mid-game. My eyes will then turn to Manatee, because I think the litmus test will be, is Manatee making Velya look silly? If he is, that's great. For the love of God, no Maokai for Velya today. If it's necessary, go Serge. Yeah, Serge. Yeah, I can agree with that. How, Cast, how am I doing? Hope you're having a good day. I am. Thank you, Gunnerpaw. Right, let me get myself a cup of tea and I'm good to go then. Oh, right then. Is this tournament single elimination? It is at this stage. We did have a sort of like Swiss groups where it was like 2 wins out, 2 losses out, if you know what I mean. Right, let me get that cup of tea and I'm good to go. Where art thou? There we are. Beautiful. Right, back in a second with that cup of tea. Bousy also needs to be on something that's playmaking. Yep, I agree. Pepper's also really good. Yeah, I feel like Pepper didn't have the cleanest was it quarters I watched him in? Don't remember, which might be interesting. We'll see how that plays out. But anyway, there you go. letting my tea brew. I've got some lunch coming. I could see Volley or Sejuani to Leah Syndra. Yeah, that's pretty good. I can see that combo being good. Hi, guys, also. Good to see you all. How's life today? We feeling good? We feeling ready to go? Yeah. Yep. Okay. Messy, messy, messy. I see it. When are the Greeks? Were the Greeks versus Heretics good? Team Phantasma have got very good team fighting and a jungle mid who are two very good carries. The other person I really want to shout out, where can we bring this up? It's another ex-NLC talent, actually. Let me bring this over. I'm going to just change the bots things again. Let me budge this up. There we go, change this around. Like, so I know it's going to look weird for a second, I apologize. We are looking at... Let's go, hopefully this doesn't break things. Where are you? Team Phantasma, you in here? Well, oh, you're second, there we go. Excellent, here. He's really, really good. I really rate this guy. This guy can carry like nobody's business. I genuinely rate this guy. Him, Kadui, Bao... I'm missing someone here. Some of the AD carries, I think he's been really good. He was fantastic. I knew him when he was first starting out in Lucid, which is like, this was like Div 3 UK, where he did unspeakable things. He has been putting up mad numbers this tournament. Mad numbers. Don't sleep on the guy. I think he's really, really got it. There's another world where if this guy gets a lead, he could really take things over. Right, move that back down. There we go. Oh, we're into draft. Excellent news. Enough of this. Enough of that then. Let me move some cameras around and get ready to go. And hello everyone, welcome to the co-stream. It's glad to have you all in here on 3 different channels at once. Of course, hello to Onivia's stream, who's joining with me on this one. It's great news. I'm Initialise. You may have seen me earlier on the LPL. I also do NLC as a cast. I've been on EMEA Masters a number of times before. Lost Ratones on my home team. I'm very excited to be supporting the British boys on the British Org list with people from all over trying to do my best. And thank you, Mecha. I appreciate you, dudes. You are one of the best. Team Phantasma has a huge weakness. They don't have the man, the myth, the legend, Baus. HW, big Baus fan, I say. I see. Is this the best result at EMEA Masters for a Greek team? Yes, Lorendi, by far. I think they've managed top 8 before, but this is top 4, and that's remarkable. And I think it has genuinely been well deserved. They've been great. Don't leave enemy top Jax now. Probably not. Kyo plays both. I think Kyo's been beatable in lane, though. I don't think he's been CSing that well. He's played team fights out well, and he's like mechanically sound on things like Galio, but we'll see. I think the Zyra here to try and out-farm Veli is good. That will be Baustus Gragas. Means things like Jax you can now afford to leave up because Gragas is fine into that. Ashe Rumble would be nice. Agreed. I think you can afford to go Ashe here for Excellent if you want. You can afford to go... You can't Rumble, it's been banned. Xin Zhao, okay. Okay, Velia's last Xin Zhao game wasn't fantastic. But there was other stuff going wrong. But Rumble banned, yes. Sorry, yeah, exactly. So I think as Team Phantasma, you can look to Ashe here. Akali for Pepper would be very on brand. As would Aurelia. I think you're worried about getting outranged there. Nautilus is a fun pick. You feeling like you want to give a little bit more freedom to see what's going on here. I think you can now double support ban. If you ban out Alistar Rel, there's not a lot of engage options to go bot lane. Yeah, I think they ban out Alistar Rel here. And you've already banned Braum in first round. Manatee is such a goof. Look at this guy. Hang on, this way. How was that? Was that a decent impression? Should I take up my dear as my job here as a new caricature person? Shin is to buy space for scaling. Yeah, I mean so the term we use in casting is bridge pick. It's a bridge pick, something to get you from early game to mid game or mid game to late. Something that's there to kind of tide you over. Xin Zhao's a great example of that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Ezreal locked. Excellent is a great Ezreal, and at this point you've got a great keep away comp in some ways. The Zyra, the Ezreal, you can play keep away, deal with the Xin and the Gragas looking for you. Yone can look to follow up on a big Nautilus Zyra combo. I think you need to figure out exactly what you want to do for Kyo. Honestly, Gangplank's not awful here. A bit heavy on the AED. There's not that many armor builders here. Baus looking locked in. I think he is. I think he is. Okay, so they didn't ban the Rel, they banned the Lulu. You now got Corki Rel. We saw EU teams try to run this into Kalista lanes. It didn't work, but as a combo, it still makes sense. You can both dive forwards pretty aggressively, and between Rel passive and Corki Gatling gun, you just destroy all the enemy resists. It's ridiculous. People forget that Rel steals resists, like 10% of them. Corki Gatling gun also shreds like 10% of them. It's like you basically get Last Whisper for free from that lane. It's pretty silly at times. Poppy. I don't hate it, actually. Theoretically, you can knock away the Rel, the Corki. There's a lot of dashes. Hell, everybody dashes. So Poppy W value is pretty high. I think both comps are pretty fine. I think Lost Ratones will be trying to scale the 2-3 items on the Corki Azir and play front to back with a fair amount of pick. They've got a bit of dive to make their pick with the Gragas, the Xin Zhao, the Rel, a lot of disruption there. Team Phantasma, match scaling well enough. They outscale in jungle. They don't scale quite as well top. Gragas scales surprisingly well, particularly top side. Let me move my camera and stuff back. And let me go get food. Yep.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Okay, we into game? We are. Did I miss anything? No. Oh, I better not have left my food. I left my food. I dropped my food to pick up my tea and then didn't bring my... I just...
Minions have spawned.
You happy chilling out? You want to come join me? That's fine. Hello, I return. Oh my god, there you go. That's my pasta. Remains of it. It's really good. I'm very pleased with this. It's like a rapid creation. It's very good. Sort of like a pseudo chicken parmesan. Turn my camera off while I'm eating. Boop. That way you don't have to deal with it. Right, what are we expecting early on? A pause, apparently. Velia's theoretically got better early ganking power, but the Zyra matches speed really, really well. She's a very fast clearer. The Fnatic virus is everywhere? Little bit. Not gonna lie. So, let me turn my camera back on while we're waiting. I'll hold on eating. Just for you guys, so you can see what's going on. So, if Corki and Rel shreds resist, do they apply one after the other, or is one applied at a time? I believe they both apply simultaneously. Because actually, I see what you mean. No, I don't necessarily know how... I think it's from total resists. So you don't go like, okay, Rel's applied it first, now your total's down to like 50. I don't know. Say you're like, you've got 100 armor, and Rel shreds 10 of it. Because shreds 10% of your resists or whatever, because you got the full stacks. I don't know whether Corki then, because he does say 10% too, only does 9 because it's 9 from 90, or 10 because it's 10 from 100 overall. I don't know how the math works there. So, but both will shred. The question is, I don't know whether you do cumulative, as in it's 20% overall of 100, or it's like 10%, then 100, then 10%, then like 10% of 90, if that makes sense. I don't actually know how it works. That would be a really interesting question to ask. I don't know the order of operations that well for League, I'm not gonna lie. In terms of like, I always forget whether it's flat. I think it's flat then percent, or it's percent then flat. I never remember those kinds of things. Because that makes a difference, big time. Let me go find out whether there's some info on the pause. 1 second, guys. Where is my info? Okay. Okay. Pause will pop if needed. Okay. About 3 minutes, and that was... what time? It was about just gone 5:11. Oh, actually, it should be any time now, then. What? Okay. So basically, it should be relatively soon, is the honest answer. Sneaking bites of my pasta. It's very good. I'm very pleased with this. I did a good job. Well done, Sam. Good cooking. Not sure you really want to skirmish. With Phantasma's Keen comp though, feels like you could run out of damage early. Yeah, you need the Corki and the Azir to come online. Corki's base damages are very good, but then he runs into the Ezreal issue, right, where he needs 2 items after that. But Corki's like initial damage are crazy, because Force Bomb plus Gatling Gun plus Valkyrie is just a lot. It's just a lot. I am actually quietly quite a good cook. Yeah, Lorendi, it's not like a slow, where it's like, okay, strongest set of resists works, I think. I think both of these apply separately. It's a little bit different from something like Last Whisper, because what that does is it says, okay, when I attack you, I ignore X amount of resist. This is resist shred, which is different, if you see what I mean. That is it's like Black Cleaver, right? It shreds the resist for everyone who's attacking that target, not just you. Whereas Last Whisper is a personal buff, right? Or Lord Dom's the personal buff. The Grubs may be a trap card for Team Phantasma. Yes. Yes, it could be. Especially because it's red side, it's very hard to retreat from there as the Zyra. So if you're in there and you get pinned to the wall and, you know, Gragas and Xin Zhao go barreling you around in the pit, it could be really bad. I would hate to be... Oh, we're back in. Exciting. I'm going to turn the camera off so I can finish eating this food. Excuse me, guys. Boop. Turn the clean food volume up a little bit as well again. Right. Not expecting anything super exciting right now. Interesting balance went refill a mana pot. Doesn't want Doran's, wants to get to tier as early as possible and ignore Doran's ring. Faust does look locked in. My god, look at that cat. Nemesis. Fine. Nice little run through there for Manatee. Is he going to double scuttle? He is. Man, kind of rough. But hey, sometimes that happens to Xin Zhao when you're getting shoved in. Zyra just clears real fast. Now, I'm assuming, is she going to go for 2 more camps, then back and set for Grub? So, probably what's going to happen here is we can see Grub spawning in 145. Top left of your screen. What's realistically going to happen here is going to see Zyra go Wolves, Gromp, reset, pick up as much gold as she can, having got double scuttle and an extra couple camps, and come out with a really nasty first pack. So it'll probably be something like Faded Ashes, Boots, and hell, even a Dark Seal. Might just be Faded Ashes and Boots, actually, thinking about it. I'm not sure she'll quite have enough of Dark Seal as well. But this is going to be a pretty nasty first pack. Watch it. Watch the inventory. I'm surprised they went for pot, actually. They're selling the pot. See, I would just not have bought pot on Zyra. Okay, they get Boots and Control Ward. Yeah, see, that's a really nice first pack. That is a ridiculous first item, plus Boots, compared to what? Longsword and Ruby Crystal? It's just not the same. You're 4 camps up. I know it's only 100 gold right now, but when they backed, it was not. And that's the big difference. I'm being quiet because I'm still just finishing my food and trying not to munch into the microphone. That would be bad. It's been a long day. We did LPL this morning and streamed before this, and then we're streaming again. I've basically been on there since 9 with like a half-hour break. Maybe 2. Alright. Camera can go back on now. Baus is fine. I mean, Baus is like laning solidly. He's not inted. He's not done something stupid. This is all good. Oh, hang on. Manatee, good pick. Pepe's found some work. I think Crowny probably dies here. Pepe's got a Q3 to work with. Veli's going to keep trying to hunt. Baus is coming. Oh, hang on. Crashdown comes on through. Pepe Q3s. Does Baus want to flash for this? He's thinking. Oh, Bausy! Absolutely sublime. 3-man flash body slam into the cask. Unreal. You cannot ask for a better Gragas flash. Holy moly. I'm hoping we get a replay of that. That is superb. Right. So this is where it all starts. They're on the dragon. They pull off. And they find Manatee with a really, really good set of flashes there. It costs a couple. And then Pepe does a good job of turning this around with Reaver. There's lots of plants on the ground still because of the ult empowering those, the Stranglethorn empowering the roots, or the plants. Pepe comes into a difficult position because Reckless goes Shattering Strike, and then this is just absolutely exceptional. Excellent is very lucky he buffered his E there, or it was over. Unreal. But yeah, they're like, the moment Reckless finds a good combo on a Pepe, he has to back, he can't keep going. But that now leaves us with a phenomenal position for Lost Ratones, right? You've got a good start for Crowny, who's up farm, got a couple of assists. Nemesis on the Azir is up farm, has 2 kills, is in a great spot. Yes, the Xin Zhao's 10 CS behind Boohoo. You're still doing just fine. And Baus, what a roam. Holy moly. Nemesis no mana for ult. Oh, that's what it was? I was like, wow, that's an aggressive flash. I don't blame him looking. I would have done the same. Just a bit unfortunate. I think probably what happens if he shuffles and then doesn't have mana is what it is. Because what will happen is you'll go, cool, I got mana. Shuffles in, no longer have mana because it's too expensive. It was almost as beautiful as KDA Gragas. Nothing's as beautiful as KDA Gragas. Maybe Clogfather Urgot. I think Bausy's in trouble here, actually. He needs to be really careful. Yeah, here comes Manatee. I think Baus needs to clear this really fast. Hang on. Baus knocked up. I think he just dies here, doesn't he? Oh, nice attempt. Really solid attempt. He tried to clear the wave and then cask in. I think probably what he needed to do was cask to clear the wave. Couldn't quite pull it off. I appreciate the attempt. Mr. shuffles away. Actually, hang on. Pepper can look this. Oh, Mr. Q. Nice. Shuffle back. Well buffered with the E. Okay. But it does mean Nemesis now needs to reset. Who's got the early grubs? There's 1 on Team Phantasma. That's it. Okay. Hang on. Pepper needs to be really careful here. Stun. Reckless thinking about going over. Is he just dead? LR, what are you doing, fools? That's unfortunate. Okay, well, kill back over. Oops. Guys, I think Baus is good on Gragas. He might be. That's a few big kills back, though, for Team Phantasma. On good people as well, right? Kill on the Poppy into that Gragas matchup. Zyrus involved in everything. Yone's got a kill. Velia's, I think, actually dead here. He's got ult. He's going to need to pop it. He's dead. Yep. His ult didn't finish casting, so he doesn't actually go on cooldown. But yeah. That's really nice stuff for Team Phantasma. I said Manatee might be a problem. He's a problem. Yeah, they managed to kill the Nort earlier too. Yeah, they did. But that's really good work from Team Phantasma to come back into this. They are actually now in a really good spot. The Zyra could be a real menace this game. missed. Barrel roll. Barrel roll number 2. Got phase rush, gets grounded, gets another empowered auto. Oh, look at that shiny KDA Gragas. That is ridiculous, isn't it? I can hear Nemesis saying, I got Nashor in base. Very true. Very true. Hang on. Keo needs to be a bit wary here. SW. Crush the buckler. That's actually really important. I think that lengthens the cooldown, actually. Oh, hang on. Massive crash down. Turnaround's going to be really nasty, though. At least Reckless got some resist, but I had to walk forwards into that. Will they get Reaver back? Pepper's coming. They'll get one back. Okay, support. Accent's really low. Nemesis could look for a really aggressive shuffle here. Oh, gets one. Hang on, the turnaround. Nemesis got to the turret! Holy shit. Hang on, they got 2 back, though. Wait. It's 2 for 2. Okay. Keo. How are you caught on the turret here? Yeah, he's dead. Nice! And it's a shutdown too? That's hilarious! And I think... Okay, not much more. Okay. Poppy Q does some good damage. Yes, it does. What's it? Hammer Shock, I believe is the name of that. Hang on. Poppy abilities. It's Hammer Shock, Steadfast Presence, Heroic Charge, Keeper's Verdict. Correct? Good cask, sir! That's with no mana, by the way. Flash away. Oh, you little shit, Baus. You little shit. Oh! Excellent. Bomba. Now the Cosmic Drive is in as well. Like, this champion just becomes increasingly obnoxious. Why would you ever flash that? No, I know. I'm like, where are you going? But legitimately, where are you going? And all of those memes. Mouse upper level now. Oh god. I mean, the thing is, Manatee and Pepper, your 2 stars in a lot of ways, are ahead of the curve. That's good. Excellent. Another player I've got a lot of love for is playing really well right now. He's matching Farmer Crown. He's down 1,000 gold, and that's pretty scary. But that's Cull cash in. That's the kills that come on over, and that sucks. But hey, you're not out of the game. You're just dealing with the fact that Crowny's been donating quite a lot of resources here. Who backs in that position? Someone who wants to really greedily back because they shoved the wave and know they've been greedy shoving wave. Oh, Bouse. Oh, Bouse. Oh, Bousey. Oh, Bousey. How much further does he want to go? He's actually pretty tanky right now. Manatee's not going to have fun here. Oh, misses the root! Accent at least gets over. Pepper looking for the fate sealed. Doesn't get as much value. Crowny gets shielded. Is that barrier? Probably was barrier. Okay, so you lost barrier. Dragon was taken. So you got dragon, you got a kill. You got a lot of summoners. You're okay with that. Actually, did you get any summoners? You got Reaver's summon. You burned Crowny. Barrier. I don't know whether Reckless was on Hex Flash for this. I can't remember. But what you should remember is that private internet access is looking out for you. If you want a VPN, consider using piavpn.com/Onivia. Oh, happy birthday! Love it! That's right. That's right. You could support this channel if only you were to use that landing page and suggest using it. It's an 83% discount, guys. It's pretty good. We've got a bit of downtime. I can throw in there. The ad read. Skarner, look what they need to mimic a fraction of our power. Yeah. Oh, fraction of our power. Boo. I see the pun in there as well. That's a wrap, boys. Next. It's feeling that way a little bit. Okay, look, the Goldie's not that extensive. The problem is I think I prefer LR's comp as the game gets later. I think it's a really big mid-game spike for Team Phantasma. Abusing Zyra's ability to farm ahead of the curve. Yone is really strong at 1-2 items. I mean, don't get me wrong. Team Phantasma still scale well. They can still play it out well. I don't think this Gragas is going to be an absolute menace. Azir and Corki don't have to get into range that freely. I don't know. I'm quite liking LR's position in this game. They've got 2 dragons. They're not even bothered with the grubs, especially. I say that Baus is about to die, isn't he? Baus, why the hell? How the hell? Okay, they got top turret. That's first turret of the game. Yone can still get a power spike. Exactly, Ent. That's kind of my worry. And Pepe's in a really good spot here for that. I mean, he's struggling to keep up with the farm now, but will at least be able to do some work with that. I think the overlay is... Was that a Herald drop? Yeah, I think that was a Herald drop. Okay, I was thinking, why have they got all the mites there when they've only got 1 grub? So I think it was Herald spawning the mites. Is that or the scoreboard is bugged? Which, you know, could be a possibility. Oh. Oh, there's a BB No Money cosplay competition at the minute from BB No Money. And I normally look quite like him with the beard, but I shaved it recently. Should have been me. Oh, failed. Pigeon kind of stressed because they're usually more peaceful. Azir's accelerated? Yeah, he is. I was busy. Oh my god, Azir's doing really well now. The thing is, Nemesis is also going for Death Cap second. This isn't a Zhonya's, this isn't a Leandri's. This is raw DPS, and actually, it's not a very tanky team. Nautilus, not a tank. It's a lie. Poppy is pseudo-tanky, but a lot of it comes from shield. It's not actually all that HP focused. You'll get a bit of HP on the Yone, but again, not that tanky. It doesn't really want to go MR super early either. So Death Cap gets a huge amount of value this game. Holy moly, Bousy, you do damage. Force a flash out of Kyo, who's not having fun here. Oh, no, he's gone. Good grasp heal. Oh, my days, he needed it. Bounce. How far can we go? Bounce. When's Drunken Ranger? Barrel roll again. Another shield from the Fimbulwinter. Bomber. I don't know whether Bounce wins this anymore. Bouncy, no! Okay, he's out. Doesn't have Lich Bane yet. Turns out Poppy got quite a lot of state. Oh no, Bounce! Where's the soundbite? Okay, guys. Chat. It's time. Soothing meditation with Initialise. Breathe in the still, calm gameplay. Hold for 1 death timer. Breathe out the inter. Breathe out the inter. Why? Oh, this man is just deeply unserious. That was the most Cadral sounding Bouncy I've heard. People look. Bouncy brings it out in all of us. I'm not sure that's like Cadral. I think that's just the reaction of all people of a certain British descent past a certain point when experiencing the bounce. Kyo, he's still landing a keeper's verdict. Knocks away the shins out. Oh. Pepper? Actually, I think Bounce might win that one. Come on. Force a flash. Nice. Hang on, there's a phase rush angle here. Okay, Pepper has to flash and back away. And because Pepper's had to go away... Oh, this is nice. And they've got really good control this side. Bounce has got TP as well. He can join this. Are they going to come over? I think you shred this super fast. That's a death cap on Azir. This is going to disappear. There's no way Manatee's getting in. All right, they want to play for the petals. Nice work, LR. Good work. Someone check on Cadral. He might be having a heart attack. I genuinely feel that Cadral's going to hit about 35 and genuinely have permanent heart murmurs. Like that, he is not going to be well after dealing with League of Legends. All I'm saying, guys, is, you know, Bouncy gets away with it. People are okay with this. You know that meme about, like, the HR being called? Like, Bouncy gets away with this. Hylissang? What's happened to him? Has he gotten too old? When he does it, it's not okay. Why are they not good deaths for Why are they not good deaths for Hylissang? Have a think about that one. Huh? Don't come up with a logic and reason. I have my issues with the way Hilly played as well recently, but just say it. Nice dodge, by the way, Bouncy. He creates less space. You might have a point. You might have a point. Hang on. Alright. Well, they got the shutdown on Kyo. That's a pretty nice one. And hang on. They've got, yeah, that's a Nash's Tooth Azir. That's not going to stand for very long. How is Nemesis at 260 farm in 23 minutes, by the way? Which pocket dimension is he finding this farm in? This guy's an LR hater? Hell no! Well, I was Ratones' fan, if anything. I've been streaming with their ex-team manager. I'm an NLC caster. I've also, in fairness, got to try and be somewhat analytical where I can. I can be a fan of a team and still go, what the hell are you doing? This is really nice from Nemesis, by the way. Oh, very good. Very nice. The thing is, even if the Steadfast Presence had come on through, it would not have stopped the shuffle from being useful. His accent's getting thick, that's true. Look, I'm not going all Northern on you. I'll go Yorkshire on you. Look, our lost Ratones were pretty good, weren't they? Going down to mid lane. So let me have a look at that there turret. Our Reckless will be doing his best work. Hey Al, good to see you. Speaking of brothers, that there is my brother in Onivia's chat. Is it because I made the Hylissang meme? Possibly. Hang on, Pepper. I don't know about this one, mate. Oh my god, he's got a shield bow. He's got a shield bow. This could be really ugly. Bouncy! Bouncy! Little disrespectful of the shield bow spike, my brother. Oh, where's the noise? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, hang on, I think, have I got to... Oh, hang on, I need to do this. You're alright. Double checking, guys. Is there a gameplay echo? Is there a gameplay echo? Just want to know. I'm hoping not, but I want to double check, or I might have to play with the setting here. Not seen anyone saying this. Sup, lost to this? Oh my god. Yeah, but Team Phantasma, actually, look, you can see Manatee and Pepe have their moments, right? Like, this team is not bad. I think also Axon's not had a chance to pop off, right? That's the other thing. Is that they're normally those wins. Axon's a big part of it. Right. Earlier there was a kind of echo, but it's now gone now. Okay. If there is one, give me a heads up. Because basically what it is to be able to hear the gameplay, I've got to monitor the co-stream clean feed. But that means that sometimes it echoes through my desktop audio and sometimes it doesn't. It's really annoying. What are you going to do? Actually, tell you what, I'm going to check something. Do we still hear this if I do this? We do still hear that. Wonderful. Bit of a reverb at it. Yeah, so what it is there's just a slight desync between the desktop audio and the clean feed, so I'm just going to turn it off. What I wanted to make sure was try and leave it on, because then I wanted to make sure I could still do my sound bites. I think I still can because it comes through my mic. And my mic is a separate thing. So hopefully if I say do this, you still hear it, which is good news. That's cool. Alright, well, we'll stop with the reverb happening. That should be fine then. But I want to make sure I still have sound bites, because that's kind of fun. Yeah, they are, like, I can't, but it's because basically, Alex, the way it works is they've chroma keyed, the ads is how they're doing. So they chroma key in for the ads, so they kind of, like, are on screen at the right time, which is nominally fine, but it then messes with this. I think there's supposed to be an instruction video on how to do it better. The problem is, in the PDF they've sent, you can't open it outside of Google Drive, and on Google Drive, whatever videos are in the PDF won't play. So it's just a big load of black boxes with the alleged instructions on. So I can't see the instructions. So there might be a better way to do this. I'm sure there is. I, however, don't have the capacity. What did I think of Manatee's video message to LR? Wonderful banter. That is the kind of pre-game smack talk I am here for. It was funny. It wasn't too mean. It was genuinely in good fun. Got to throw a little bit of heat out there. You got to have your own personal experiences saying, look, Velia, I crap on you every time in solo queue. You're nothing special. You know, you can have some fun with that. It's like, there is an art to respectful disrespect. I think that was pretty good on that front. I think it was really good fun. I think it brings a bit more, you know, a little bit of something, a little bit of skin in the game coming into the match. And I'm down for it. I think as long as you're gracious in victory or defeat afterwards, that's fine. Or if you're not, you do it in a fun way. But, you know, like, I have more issues when it's done with, like, legitimate shittiness. If you know what I mean? Yeah. Oh. Oh. Oh boy. Right, so where are we at in terms of game state? It's a really good lead for LR. They've got 2 dragons. They've got 5 turrets. This is here in Corki or Giga-fed. I think it's pretty hard. I mean, okay, the thing is, you have got a potential win con in the fact that Ezreal is at 4 items. This is the green screedy shit. And there is, hang on. Oh my god! Bousy! That is a 3 and 5 Gragas, by the way. I was about to say, look, we've got 3 item Yone. Might be a problem. The problem is it's going to be so hard. He's got Zhonya's. It times out the E. Really good because it denies the pullback damage. Beautiful. Shut down as well. The other thing is I'm going to call this out. I don't think this should be death cap. I think death cap on Zyra is bait. Her AP ratios suck. That should be a Void Staff. That should be a Initialise. That should be a Zhonya's. Death Cap on Zyra third just isn't it. It's too expensive. It's not actually that great on her. She doesn't have great ratios. Holy moly. Oh boy. So the thing is at this point, sorry, I had a quick message to respond. Pepe has to look for angles. It's just really hard, and they're just so squishy. Who the hell deals with a Baus combo? There is no one tanky to it, like at all. That can even be a Crypt Bloom. Thank you. Crypt Bloom on Zyra is legitimately fantastic. Like, I don't know. I genuinely think Death Cap's a bait. Okay, where are we at? Baron's been taken. I mean, like, this game is over for all intents and purposes, guys. You've got a 4-item Corki, a 4-item Azir. Baus is such a menace. Her ratios are better than they were, to be honest. And Electrocute is good. Shadowflame gives 100 AP per amp. It's not that bad. You know what? Alex, so for the record, that's in Onivia's chat, and that's Alex, who's Nymera, who obviously you may know as an Ahri main, but he plays a lot of Zyra, specifically in Arena, where he hit rank 1 in Arena, by the way, in EU. He was the best Arena player in the server for a very brief amount of time. He got dethroned, but he did hit rank 1 in Arena. And played most of it, or got there, primarily by abusing Zyra, not gonna lie. So he knows the champion really well. So, you know, if anyone was going to know Zyra numbers, it would probably be him. And I give you the Shadow Flame works better with Death Cap. I just still think that Zhonya's might actually allow you to survive a Gragas attack in a way that the Death Cap's not. I still think Void Staff will probably be quite useful to try and deal with. I mean, there's not that much Magic Pen. It's got a Magic Resist, to be fair. I don't know. I still think Initialise or Zhonya's going to be more useful. Probably. I don't know. Maybe I'm being unfair there. Though I hear you about no MR on the other team. I do. One of the big changes I made desire was more AP ratios, less base damage, Death Cap. So that's fair. That's fair. I hear your criticism, and I accept it. Maybe Death Cap not as poor as it once was. My opinion may be outdated. Bousy! Look, I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. Regardless was Mare or right now because there's so much otherwise comes into dash best. That I give you. Yeah, that's fair. Not going to do much into that. Banshee, I would have gone Zhonya's or Banshee, personally, I think. It's the honest option. But Bousy, you fool. Watch them throw from this, by the way. Okay, you heard it, folks. He cast the curtains. I have. They did this versus Calming Core. That's why I'm still nervous. Baus doing his strats. Like, I'm all for Bousy strats. That was just a bad TP, guys. Like, it wasn't for any particular end. It was, I shall see you in Valhalla, the teleport. Proof thinks it's the OTP still? Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's later in the game, so it is faster. But still, oops. Okay. Shut down on Velia. Excellent gets away, though. Manatee in danger. Oh, Reaver. If you'd gotten that, would have been fantastic. Excellent's going to true shot him. Nemesis doesn't die. Oh, excellent. You've done all the hard work. I mean, it wouldn't have changed anything, I don't think. Pepe isn't there. But, you know, it's kind of salt in the wound, right? That Reki play was sick. It was. Really good ult. Reckless has actually played a really mean rel. GG. It's over. Nice work, LR. There was some issues at points. But let's be real, on the whole, that felt like a really good LR game. The early game was how they wanted to go. Faust got Gragas, played it really well. Nemesis on Azir will always be a threat. I think for Pepe and Manatee, there were some good moments. I think, unfortunately, for the bot lane, Crownie was fed a lot of goals, so Accent just never really got to come online. As we all know from the NLC finals, that is, in fact, exactly what Velia looks like. He just sits there, almost as if he's a cardboard cutout. Almost as if. It's not, obviously. He's a real man that we've all seen, and is definitely not a construction in Caedrel's imagination. Wait, are these fearless? Yes, they are. It will be fearless. Those champions are now no longer available. Be an issue this series for Team Phantasma. LR, when they were pushed, it was by people like Armut, it was by people like Mainta, who are very experienced, very dominant, at least ERL level players. I think Armut, for example, is a phenomenal Gwen, has the Gnar in the back pocket, all those memes, but actually he is a very good Jax, very good Gwen. Got a lot to him that is pretty good. And again, this is a guy who was going to Worlds at points, right? Like, he is not a weak top laner. Sometimes he's been criticized for having a limited champion pool, but that was a few years back. He's worked a lot to get that champion pool back up to scratch. It's not quite the same. So keep your eyes on that. And again, you're then looking at Karmine Core Blue. Mainta, for me, it's got to be top 3 ERL top laners right now. Easy. There's a few competitors, but I think he has to be in that conversation for sure. And that meant that Baus didn't have as easy a time playing the game the way he likes to, because actually the laners he were going against mechanically matched him and were more than capable of punishing him for overstepping, not just pushing the line. And I'm not sure Kyo is the same kind of player. He's quite a versatile player, he's quite a creative player, but I don't think he's mechanically as strong per se, at least in terms of the early laning. And it showed a bit this game. The Poppy was, outside of the one really stupid death where he was backing a push and Poppy just threw a buckler at him and it was bad times, it wasn't that easy. And I worry a little bit for this series that Kyo's going to consistently find himself in matchups where he can't actually just neutralize Baus, because when Lost Ratones have looked bad, it's when Baus is dying a lot and then the other side of the map, Crownie, isn't looking great and Nemesis is locked in lane and Ice are not linked with his team. Because that actually then leaves Velia out to dry. It means Reckless and Velia, which isn't necessarily the most gelled duo yet. Like, I'm sure it will be eventually, but they're not like the most dominant duo yet. They're good individual players, but I don't think the duo is as strong as it could be yet. That can then start to pull apart a bit, especially if there's issues with the lanes. And a lot of that is also then predicated on the fact that actually your enemy top laner can stand toe-to-toe with Baus being Baus. And that involves being able to do things like, okay, well, I'm going to pick Gwen. I'm going to pick Jax. Are you sure you want to do this into me? And I don't know whether Kyo's going to manage that. He is a good gangplank player. We'll keep our eyes on him. I might be proven wrong. I've only really watched the games from this EMEA Masters. I didn't see a lot of regional GLL stuff. I saw some highlights. I chatted a little bit with some of the EMEA Masters crew, the E-Universe crew as well. So I have some context, but I don't have the VODs to hand. So people who know Kyo may have a better opinion of that than I do. I told you Lost Returns could beat Gen G. This is proof. And Dog, you did say that the other day, and I raised an eyebrow or two. Maybe I just need more faith. Maybe I too need to bet my house on this. Wait, don't jinx it now. How do you see LR winning EMEA Masters? I mean, I think I genuinely think Easy Chaponko could be really fun as a final match. I think they are the best performing LFL team because, again, KCB came in with roster issues with the jungle replacement, the support replacement for various reasons. It was always going to be tough the moment they ran into teams that knew them better. IJC know them really well. It made for unfortunately one-sided semis there. But hey, I will take an LFL versus NLC derby. I think that could be really good fun. I think IJC could be a really good team this year. So I think keeping our eyes on will be really cool. I think Theocax is a 17-year-old wonder kid. We saw him on Venom Clash last year. He was very good there. That will be a fun matchup. And again, if it ends up being Team Phantasma, if you are a Lost Ratones fan, go cheer on Team Phantasma. Give them some love. They will have pushed you very, very hard. And don't just give up on the tournament because you're sad Lost Ratones won. Go cheer on this team that is another team that is kind of coming out of nowhere, that is doing something really special for the GLL with players who are really special, you know? And I think it would be quite special, as we kind of had this conversation. I had this conversation on Twitter the other day. Like, a rising tide raises all ships. And actually, this scene, these ERLs are really cool. And sure, be a Lost Returns fan. Absolutely do. Cheer them on. Give a little bit of shit to your enemy teams. Have some fun with it. But by all means, get involved. Enjoy your rivals too. Look at how cool they are. Acknowledge that. And that can be good fun too. True finals LR versus Supermassive. Ooh, bold call. In fairness, I had Supermassive as my favourites for the tournament. I don't think they played as well as they should have done. Hell, I had Heretics as the other one, which is a bit scary. But right, LR beat them. They might well now be handling Team Phantasma, and we're seeing a lot of growth for this squad. Maybe it is. Maybe you joke, but maybe that is it. I think you might be sleeping on IJC. I think they're a good team. Just because you've not heard of them before, they are deservedly LFL second seed. They're strong. LFL will always be strong. Oh, I can play some music. Right, let me go heat up my tea. I didn't really drink it. I was chatting too much. Oh, God. Let me go heat this up. Okay, we're back. Just want to say, again, actually, we've not done this yet, so I need to do this while we're here. I apologize. Quick shout out, of course, to Private Internet Access, who have sponsored this stream. Sponsor obligations, guys, so do bear with me on this one. It's actually quite cool. If you're looking for a VPN, they do a really good job. From what I've done, looking into some reviews and stuff, and various just like user testimonies, seems like people really rate it. If you're looking for a VPN, it could be a really good option. Obviously, helps with geolocation stuff, helps with just privacy on the internet, which is always a big thing these days, so to keep your eyes on that. It's actually a really good deal if you do use the piavpn.com/OniviaLol option, because it's an 83% discount if you sign on for a couple months. That's pretty good going. Honestly, that's pretty good going. So if you are looking at a VPN, it's a pretty mega discount for a service that seems to be really good. Look into it, do your research yourself, obviously. But hey, consider using it. If you do, it does support myself and Onivia, which is a really big deal in terms of ensuring that we, can continue to do this. And we do get a decent chunk if you do get involved with that. So consider using that page, going through and clicking on through. It does make a big deal. So I appreciate you all. And read over. And actually, also, exclamation mark, PIA in chat. Gives you that one. Okay, we're into draft. Pause the music. Games. Sure. In the sense that as we load on the draft in this Boris Noxian style. Oh, is that that's the card game, isn't it? Balol Taro. So that's the meme everyone's been calling it. You need your Vi Nocturne Ori combo to be absolutely bloody deadly. You'd like Nemesis to get really fed, so he actually does damage with his kind of basic rotations and not just a full combo. You need Crowny to be strong. Otherwise, if you go in and say Viego ults out, Cassante and Leona don't care, and you only half HP Atalia, or just about kill her, the rest of the fight is gonna suck. Baus has to go very heavy damage on the Vice. That'll help somewhat. But this relies on Lost Ratones having a really good mid game. And these big ticket ultimates, the Nocturne, the Orianna, the Vi, you cannot waste them. They need to be value ults. If we see 2, hell, 3 ults go wrong in early on, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. I then kind of favor the scaling on Team Phantasma, the zone control on Team Phantasma. I think it's an easier comp to play out. The Caitlyn is going to have to play this game very carefully, because again, I think she is going to be target number 1. The Tilly is a little harder because the Unraveled Earth, but I don't think a 90 caliber net is going to keep this Caitlyn safe. Probably not, anyway. Oh. Well, I shut up for 10 seconds and apparently the game pauses. Says something, doesn't it? Casters, start the game. Casters, start the game. Right, where we at? Here. Oh, no. Okay. We might have a solid 6 to 8 minute pause here. I can't say why. Not been allowed to. But we have got a pause that's relatively significant here. So at this point, we're chilling. Hang on. Not a problem. Here we go. Oh. Not the best angle of me ever, that. There's a lot of chin. What am I supposed to do with this headrest back here? Do I just sort of sit up about? Have I got to sit up while I'm lying down here to this headrest? Toilet issue? I don't think so, no. If it isn't shitting on those kids, hey. Now might be a good opportunity to go get yourself a glass of water or whatever, guys. Someone's gonna make this into a GIF, aren't they? I don't really want to go up another octave, guys. It's so high. I'm gonna stop now. That's getting painful. I've got my key. I can play the keyboard. So that right there. It's plugged into my microphone. It's into my audio interface. I can just play piano for you. Force you to listen to music. Am I casting LPL again tomorrow? Yes, we will be. I'll be there with Nightmare casting bright and early tomorrow. So I have got tomorrow is a hell of a day for me, guys. I've got LPL tomorrow, 6 games. Might take a couple off at the end because I'm going to need it. I've then got finals from EMEA Masters. I then have in the evening, double check. Yes, I will. In the evening at midnight my time, I've got Supervive. I've got NA Supervive I'm casting. So I'm changing games. That's going to be God knows how many games. Theoretically 6, 11. I don't know how many we're going to do for the Supervive. It might be another like at least 3. I could be doing 14 games tomorrow. Starting at 9 a.m. Finishing at something like 2, 3 a.m. Never say I don't grind. Where's the actual noise I need? I'm not gonna be functional on Monday, guys. I'm just not. Oh! But hey, I love it. This job's amazing. It is. Just, you know, sometimes you get days where just everything happens at once. They really want that Kit Kat. Yeah, they do. I told them it was going to be 5, 6 minutes. 6 to 8 minutes, what I was told. Which is fairly significant. Somebody makes my medicine. I'm just gonna message that while I'm waiting. Well, I'm kind of tired of lying like that. It's not great. Not very comfortable. I've actually got quite good posture in my chairs. I tend to sit up properly. There we go. Alright, what do you want to talk about, chap? What's a topic of conversation? A posture check? Yeah, literally, Solly. Sat properly now. The thing, like, I'm in the Aussie chair, and it is comfy. Don't get me wrong. However, it's kind of designed for you to slump back a bit. I'm not a massive fan on that. Like, the lumbar spot's good, but it means my back's not against the chair here. Really what I want is a Herman Miller. Not gonna lie. At some point, that will be a purchase for me. I want a Herman Miller. Those chairs are insane. Alex sent me... Oh, it's actually a really good call. Hang on. I'm just gonna pull this up. Where's the... Do you think Lost Ratones have to have at least one pause per game? Possibly, actually. Yeah, that might well be it. Hang on. What's that sent on? Was that on Discord? Where's he sent it for me? Instagram. I'm on Instagram. Right, hang on. Let me go find my Instagram. That's a really good reel. We had a really good call earlier. I'll show you the cool call. Oh no, we're back in the game. Don't mind. I can't do it. God damn it. I was going to do some self-promotion. Alas. No longer allowed. Actually, yeah, I've got nightlight on. So why is this looking so... We're back. Cool BMTH sir. Thank you. So I got this one from H&M in Japan in 2017. They had a whole collection out there. It was crazy. It was really good fun. But yeah, I love Bring Me the Horizon. So fun fact, actually here's a fun fact, we're talking about this. My really good friend from school, works in the studio where they recorded Sempiternal. They recorded it in Steel City Studios in Sheffield. It was Phil Gornell who was the lead producer on that one. So Can You Feel My Heart and all those songs are his, or like what he was production on. And my friend has done all the Kemper files and stuff for Lee Marlier, who is Bring Me the Horizon's guitarist. So all of their kind of like amp modeling for studio and stuff, and then they sell off like Lee Marlier sound to people for Kemper. He's the one who did all that for them. Stretch. Oh god. That's very true. Need to do that. So there you go. I'm a big BMTH fan. And I've got a sort of like very gentle connection to them. So. Where are we at in this game? I mean, we've basically seen very little, right? We've seen first clears. And a retake of second camps. I think that was an invade on for Raptor spawns. Yeah, so both junglers have traded Raptor camps. Fine. They're going to go over and do Krugs to put them on good spawn timers. They're going to spot each other outgoing. They're wondering whether their enemies are on other sides. You can see the pings come out. It's mirrored jungle pathing. They've both gone for the respawn invades on camps. And Veli's going to make sure that Krugs go back onto the cooldown. Same for Manatee on that Viego. Sempiternal's go. It's the reason I'm a fan. It's such a good album. It's also when Jordan, who's now left the band actually, but at the time, it's when Jordan came into the band, right? Because originally the sound for Sempiternal was going to be not Sempiternal. It was going to be more like BMTH, just more original stuff. But what happened was, and so the story was told to me, by some of the production, basically, the producers and all those guys. Hang on. Oh, got the Q3. Oh, flash over the W. Nice work, Baus. Slightly problematic. Did have to blow the flash, but stays alive. But yes, basically what happened is they hired the producer, Phil Cornell, basically outsourced some programming work. Hang on, Baus is going to go unstoppable, all out. I think Baus is just dead here. Good run. I think there's going to be another footwork. Nowhere to go. Baus is now... Where is Baus going? Where are you going, Baus? I'm trying to tell a story here, and Baus is going on a journey, is where he's going. Is he going to execute or he's going to recall? Oh my god, okay. Well, what a go. What a go. What a game. But yeah, basically, Phil Gornell outsourced some programming. Say, hey, I know a guy's really good at programming. I think you could do some really good work with this. And so programming, for the record, is when you give like someone a track to go basically write out a load of MIDI tracks, so your synths and vocal bits and all the extra bells and whistles that go into a track. So it's like basically keyboard playing, but you kind of do on the computer to basically layer into a track. All your programming work is what it's called. And basically, I got another guy's a really good programmer, or guy for programming. I think he'll do a really good job with this. And he came back with 2 versions of the album. He said, look, here's what you asked for. So you've got that. However, here's what I would do if I was in the band. Arrogant as all get out. But he hands them the versions that basically become Can You Feel My Heart and Sempiternal and all those tracks. And that new Bring Me the Horizon sound was basically Jordan coming in and going, here is in fact the sound if I was in the band, that's how I would do it. And he joined the band. They went, you cocky fucker, join the band. And again, they've split apart now. But that sound that Bring Me the Horizon got with basically a temp worker brought in, said, look, here's another version that I would do if I was in the band. Bit still. Hang on. I think this could be a really ugly dive here. Where's the support? Manatee's gonna jump him. Reckless is trying to buy space. That trap was nasty as fuck, by the way. Forced the backstep. Crowley's got a flash. He's got level 6 now. It'll be a lot harder to dive. Reckless needs a minion to get to 6. He was forced away from the wave, though. Okay. Well played, Crowley and Reckless. That could have gone really, really wrong. Costs you a flash, and Reaver burns his own. So actually, in the end, not that bad. That could have been a lot worse. You're gonna one-shot AD if he doesn't feed too much, yeah. Yeah. Go on, Cull. He's down a bit of farm. Needs to be aware. He's got Velia with him. And Cease and Desist back up. I just don't think they kill them. They don't kill this Cassante, right? Got a chain vest. You don't hurt him with 2 logs. Excuse me. Hiccup to me. Reeve reminds me of Zuna from NA. Now there's a name. I've not thought about Zuna in a while. Honestly, my knowledge of NA... I think, is he tier 2 NA? My knowledge of tier 2 NA is not fantastic right now. I'd have to defer to some of my friends who do that. So Mazel and Rududen's crew. So I apologize on my slight lack of interest. There's a lot of League of Legends, and I spend a lot of it watching LPL, NLC, and then LEC as well. Like, there's only so much time I have. I try to keep up with as much as I can, but it's just a lot of games. It's partly why we have friends who are experts in lots of different things. Where am I from? I'm originally from Nottingham, in the middle of the UK. Well, close enough, little town outside. But I spent about 10 years in London as well. So I sometimes still say grass and bath. I kind of mix my vowel sounds between grass and bath, depending on my day. But yes, my dad's from Wales, my mum's from Yorkshire in the north of England. So half-half on that front. And I can speak the occasional Welsh word, that's about it. Hang on, here we go. Llanfair Pwrthgyn Githgo Gerich Windobl Llantysilio Gogoch. Otherwise known as Llanfair PG. A lot easier to say. I apologise for probably butchering that a bit. Somewhere out there, Vedius is very annoyed with me for messing that up. There you go. Here we go. First Nocturnal in a while. I think that might be the first Nocturnal of the game even. Oh, Reaver. Just about alive. Okay, you get flashes. You force people back. You don't get too much more. Didn't really get a good feather pull back there. Bouse. Bouse. Bousey. Bousey. Bouse. Well, you know when your team is making plays on the other side of the map, generally means the other side of the map is what we call weak side. I'm not sure Baus has encountered this concept before. We probably need to like turn the MLXG meme into the Baus one. When Baus is on the strong side of the map, he shoves hard and looks to proxy farm because he wants to take as much advantage as he has because he has priority and teammates around him to empower his choices. When Baus is on the weak side of the map, he tries to shove up and get priority and look to proxy farm to draw as much pressure to him as he can to enable his teammates in other parts of the map to get value. When he has no idea which side of the map on, he decides to shove up to ensure that his team has a point of pressure to work around, thereby ensuring that they have lane priority and a side of the map that they have full information about. Exactly. Baustian's law, right there. Turning is bad, he's both good and bad at the same time. I mean, absolutely. I'm surprised that's his first death this game. I'm not gonna lie. This is a much better game from Team Phantasma, though. I'll say that. We haven't really seen a Nocturne Orianna combo yet. Not our first items yet, of course. But look, Nemesis is still waiting to complete that Seraph's. Don't get the transformation right. It's Archangel stuff now. I need to get the Seraph's confirmation. Bios has the Nauride win aura on him. Yeah, a little bit. I'll give him that. A little bit. Bounce? Fine. And again, as expected, he's going towards his high damage build he loves. He needs to be really bloody careful. I think Manatee could... If Manatee Flash ERs him there, I think he dies. Yeah, he's not even going to have to. Yeah, Flash ER, not quite enough! The shield, the turnaround is beautiful! No, he still dies. Okay, never mind, I'll take it back. Take it back. It's only 1 for 1, and now Valley's going to die for it. Oh, good flash, sir! Nice work, Velia. Okay, 1 for 1. Bounce is fine. Clean. Clean, clean. Hey, sub 2. Good to see you, mate. Welcome back. What was Scott B asking, Al? Gives extra HP. Yeah, it's one of the new runes they added in place of... I think it's Eyeball Collector. It's the one in place of Eyeball Collector. It basically means when you place a ward beyond the river, it gets extra HP if you've got it. It can be quite useful. I tend to run it on things like Evelyn, because I don't tend to run Sweeper, so it gets value. Yeah, it's the lifespan is really valuable. The extra HP can be really annoying to clear them out. I think it's quite a useful rune. Reaver. Actually, Reaver doesn't have flash. I think he could be in trouble here. There's no one around him. They can look for this. He's got nowhere to go. Viego's coming. It's not going to matter. I think they're just going to keep running at him. He's got nowhere to go. Are they going to donate it to Nemesis? No, they're going to crown him. Nice. That was way, way, way too far. Reaver. Baus. No way do you get away. Absolute scenes. Hang on. Okay, no. Oh, no. Okay. He's out. Oh, my God. Oh, hang on. Manatee's in so much trouble. Quickness. Ooh, They are down with it. That's a really nice set of picks, actually. Nemesis gets a kill. Crowny gets a kill. Baus keeps getting away with it. The perfect Lost Ratones segment. There. But there you go, Scoppy. You've got a true blue color caster in the chat there to help you out. Nemesis. Flash. Good flash. Needed to be, but good flash. Axelan's taken a big chunk from something. It's just, my God, Nemesis landing Comet Poke. He stepped on a trap. Ow. Reaver, I think is dead again. Here we go. Nocturne comes on in. Weaver's wall is here. Does he want to be here? Watch, hang on, watch Manatee. And watch Keo, actually. For some reason, I've got Stacy's mom in my head. I don't know why. I just want to share that with you. Bowsy's vibe, got it going on. Proxy farmed and he's waited for so long. Bousy, can't you see? Just got to imp for me. Oops. My inter. TP's communication is horrible. A little bit this time around. That's a nice pick-off. Do I not? I thought I'd activated this. What's going on? 7 TV, have you abandoned me? I am sure I added that. I do have Inter. It's in here. Hey, son. Reckless makes me swoop. He's a very handsome man, has to be said. This guy is very stylish. Okay, righty then. Charge! Oh, go on. That's a great combo! Crowdy's Comet, baby! It's full of feather trails. Oh my days, gorgeous! Manatee gets one, it's not gonna matter. Oh, tries to flash it out, but Crowdy's not having any of it. Accent eats a command attack dissonance and loses half of his HP bar. LR, beautiful stuff. I want a replay, hell, I demand it. Let me see that again. So it's a Herald play. And I'm assuming Baus just says no. Here they go. Remember when we said that Rakan loves a dive buddy? He has it. It's gorgeous. We see Nocturne go in with the Rakan, and then the Shockwave, and then the Vi. And Crowny just gets to pick up everything. And now, of course, you aren't just reliant on the combo. You've got damage elsewhere. Hell, Nemesis has a book. He's been going to the library. And he's decided that he wants to become a Shinigami. Someone call Detective L. There's a man on the loose giving everyone heart attacks. 10 souls claimed already. Nocturne. Velia. Not the best ult I've ever seen. I've just been praising Lost Ratones, and then it's Velia going, here's one for the boys at home. LR has always been looking good when Reckless is not on Enchanters. I somewhat agree, though. I actually really like Reckless on Lulu normally, or Janna. He's quite good at those. I also think he had a really good Zyra game the other day. The game 5's, not the Zyra game, the really good Nami game. With the Lucian Nami. I thought he played that really well as well. So I know what you mean, is that we have seen some games that's gone wrong. Basically, if you can't roam with it, and they've not got lane prio, Lost Returns fall apart on that front as well. You can leave Velia out to drive it. They don't know how to defend Velia from that scenario. Mid lane still stands. Surely not after this. Excellent. Just needs another auto. Okay, the minions will do it. Finally goes down. Okay. Here we go again. The Atacon to the what? So the battles drop off my Oriana ball. What do you think I was going to say? I think this game is looking pretty much done. You don't have the dragon soul point or whatever, but you have at least claimed the dragon that would have been soul point. Your Orianna is now a legit threat by herself. Does not need to rely on ultimate. Nocturne is a good engage option. Vi's gone Collector, my goat. It'll be Collector. What is it? Is it Collector? Oh, what does Noonquiver build into on this build? Who knows Bowsy's Vi build? Lord Dom's double armor pen, of course. He's going to be into Cassante a lot. So that makes sense. Basically, double armor pen. As much raw force through the armor as you can find. It'll be Infedge after this. You got 50% crit. Infedge after that's good. This basically means you can actually lane into Cassante. But Collect still means you can threaten the Talia and the Caitlyn. And to a lesser extent, the Viego as well. 3-0 in semis is crazy. I think it's just not been a great matchup for Team Phantasma. And some of the things I thought might fall apart for Lost Ratones haven't. They really have taken a look at what went wrong and feel a lot better about it, don't they? Reckless can't really make a lot of decisions when he's on Enchanted. LR tends to when he's the one setting up. There's some fairness to that. I think because Reckless is a really good roamer, and he's got quite a good feel for how he wants to play the map. Bouse? Oh my days, he hurts. What the hell? Okay, they finally brought him down, but that's 4 members there. And Dragon is 30 seconds away on the other side of the map. But I still really like Reckless Enchanter play. I think he's mechanically really solid on Enchanters. And his positioning is very, very good on them. I think they struggle a little bit when Velia is asked to be the sole engage. So when he's like on Maokai and you've got Enchanters elsewhere, it's like, okay, this feels a bit miserable now for Velia. I think because because Baus as well isn't necessarily an engage player. Not really. Actually, we often see him go a little bit too far with his teleports quite regularly when he's looking to play with the team. He's just not got that experience yet. That's one of the big parts of being a top laner is comms with your team as regards to teleport and when you need to go. He's not quite got that perfect yet. There's a lot about his game that's been great for Pro. That still needs a bit of work. We've seen a few dodgy TPs. And that does mean that when Baus is then your secondary engage and Velia's your primary, can sometimes, not all the time, sometimes look a little disconnected. They sometimes need Reckless to be there. The other engage option to give them a bit more firepower there. I can agree with that. Can't wait till Ratones prove Initialise wrong and beat LCK or LPL mid-tier team. I'll take it. If it's on stream as well. Look, that's the kind of thing where I would love to be proven wrong. Love to be proven wrong. That would be such a story, wouldn't it? It really, really would. And the players are great on them. Like, I have no doubt about the fact that these are talented players. But until I see it done, I'll be a bit of a doubt. But I kind of have to. Oh, Kyo. Kyo, no. Reba! Double for Crowny. IJC was able to take the games from LI as they tend to ban Baus champions, but in TP they're focused on support bans. Yeah. Yeah, there's something to that. Oh, Velia's going deep. Excellent's not enjoying that. Flash, grand entrance, and Crowny follows as well. It's gorgeous. Baus comes flying on in to claim the kill. Hang on, Pepe. Sad Pepe. Pepega. Like I said yesterday, LR's not a good matchup for TAP. You know what? You did say that. You did. And I wondered whether Manatee might have a bit more say. And, you know, Manatee's actually had a couple games where he certainly managed to get some gold, right? He's 1,000 gold up. But the rest of the team's been struggling. So, you know what? I'll give you a shout out. You certainly did. This has been very clean from Lost Ratones, on the whole. So Kyo goes all out, and the rest of the team's coming on through. Reckless just does so much to buy time. And what the hell does Reva do? Pulled back by the shockwave into a feather storm, and then you're going to see Accent walk across this ward here. Or about to, and then Velia goes, nope. Smite, unspeakable horror. Vi flashed on in. Well, just jumps on in with the Q alongside Reckless getting in. Great, great combo. That's the first death for Excellent this game. He's honestly been really consistent. He's not died at all. In a game where I thought this Caitlyn might have a lot of trouble, he's not been the target. Ironically, it's been Reaver. Bouse. Bouse, no. He's fine. Okay, yeah, he's fine. A little ironic that Bouse on Cop Vi is doing so much illegal shit. There's gotta be something wrong with that. How did Lost Heretics lose to this team? I didn't catch as much, but honestly, Excellent had a killer series. And Manatee and Pepe are good, is the honest answer. They are. And actually, look at game one. There were some good moments from them. I think, unfortunately, the early games have been not great for Team Phantasma in terms of, like, their game plan. I think next game, I want to see them with more lane prio and a bit more focus on getting Excellent something to work with, because that's just not happened. I mean, Crownie is 5-0-4. Like, they had that dive that got a flash off Crownie. That was it. Bouse just gets an inhibitor. Sorry. Oh, my God. How? How does he do this? TP only got 5 because they're all on Bouse. Pack it up, guys. It's over. The only kills are on Bouse. Game's done. Okay. Team Phantasma are going for the flip. Here we go. Death cap's done on Orianna alongside a Blighting Jewel. They're going to wall people off. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Jump onto the back line. Oh, God. Goodbye, Pepper. There is no base department. Just got defunded. Oh, my God. Pepper is no longer a thing. Baron, down to half. There's no way in. Teleport behind from Bouse. Can he look for... Oh my God, where is he going? There's 4 people there, Bouse. Why are you here? Bouse! Bouse, why? I can only bang my head on the desk so many times. Ah! Good death. On me, yeah, a little bit. There's a little bit of that energy there. Still the only deaths that Lost Ratones have. He's got an Infinity Edge. He will pop someone if he hits them, by the way. And there's an LEC level team with a good top laner. I think Bouse is a good top laner. I just think he needs some time to cook. Flash away from Nemesis. But yes, I think they'd be mid-table LEC. Probably. I think they might get a little exposed in ways they aren't expecting, because some of these guys at LEC level are better laners than people think they are. You know, even the worst teams in LEC are actually good laners, relative to ERA. And that means that a lot of the sort of guaranteed wins just from like, I will farm better than you, I will lane better than you, aren't there. So you can have a better game plan than that. And that's not always been true of Lost Return. Oh! God, that hurts. Manatee has to ult away. Watch 5, watch 5, watch 5, watch 5, watch 5. Oh, I thought you'd go on a Manatee. I would have. Axon's now left. A long way from home. There is nothing excellent about this. It's a disaster. It is not excellent. Oof. Being a little slow to close this one out, but they are 10k up, and they've got Cloud Soul Point. They've got so much move speed now. You want to know why Baus is hard to catch? You got 3 Cloud Drakes. This man is moving. Schmoving. 4 items on Crowny. Velya's not bought tier 2 boots until just now. He's gone straight towards getting all his items. Hang on. Oh, Manatee. Oh, no, he's dead. He's dead, he's dead, he's dead. There's nowhere out. Oh, man, that Vi hurts. This Vi is squishy. If she is comboed on, she dies. She's got, like, what, 2.2? 4k health? That's it? This late in the game? That's, like... Velya literally has nearly double her HP. However... That's a 2 and 7 Baus. Yeah, I mean, he's got it, like... He's also a 3.5 item Vi. Into a level, you know, and a level up on the Viego. Like, the numbers, that ignore the KDA. There are other things to focus on, but that's actually a relatively big pick. Squishy Viego build too with no ultimate. Alright, you got a 3-item Caitlyn and a Dream. Can excellent hit some headshots. Cue the Mission Impossible music. Okay, they can't end the game. They can have a claim 2 inhibitors. Dragon's in minute 45. I think we clear jungle, reset, look for soul, end the game. Probably something like that. Well, here we go. Paranoia comes down. Is it paranoia if they're all really all out for you? Oh my god! That shockwave is brutal. Baus nearly takes out Excellent. Baus gets out of the solar flare, gets to go away. So the damage in some ways is done. They're going to lose the Nexus turret right now. In goes Reckless. Oh, God. Hang on. Watch Excellent. Excellent's going to pop him. Excellent could pop them all here. Watch, 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 watch. Can he get another 90 caliber net to keep going forwards? Pepper's looking for an angle. Can't find it. Manatee doesn't have ult. Okay. Ends up being a 1 for none. As I said, Caitlyn still hurts. Nemesis hurts more. Oh, God. Does Nemesis hurt more? It's a very stacked book. He has written War and Peace, the book, full of enemy souls. Baus wins so much for LR with his overpushing. He could be so smart. Yeah, he can be. I think when it is done with purpose, Baus's playstyle is very, very obnoxious. Reaver's dead. Reaver is so dead. Pull back. Clips times out. Has no aftershock. Command attack dissonance. Does its work. This will be Cloud Soul. I mean, look, Excellent is trying. Like, Excellent's now 4-2 and 1. This Caitlyn is genuinely trying. The problem is, Crowny's also really, really, really strong and is nearly at 5 items. And despite the fact that Kate's done alright, she has also been Flame Horizon because she can't get access to a bloody wave. Cleanest LR game, Baus 100% death participation. Yeah, I know. He's got Immortal Shield Bow now. He has now officially got 100% crit. Oh, this guy is just... He's literally gone for like a Yasuo build, you know? My go. That is full AD carry build. Pepe's on an angle, Manatee's on an angle. Look. You are having to go for desperation stations here. You have to look for a pick-off on Crowny. You want to pick off on, I guess, Baus. You need to pick someone significant up here on the flank. Or it's done, but no one's face checked. Here we go. Found him. They're in the pit. Paranoia's popped. Out comes the Harrow Path. Velya goes in. Stopwatch used. Kind of look for the angle. Reckless and Velya split up, but there's just not enough damage. All the while, by the way, Nemesis just breaks their ankles. Flash away. Crowny then goes forwards. Manatee has to flash out himself, but where the hell does he run? Has got a Harrow Path, and I'll just come start looking for them. Yeah, pulls them straight back. Kyo is trying, but Cassante can go all out he wants. There's just nothing in the tank to go all out with. There is nothing more to drill. Oilers in chat, your wells are dry. Kyo will use a Path Maker for a moment. But Baus is in the base, he's TP'd in. He doesn't go all the way. Baus Don't do it! Bounce! Bounce! Bouncy! Can't have a positive KDA, can he? Can't do it. He's losing focus. Look at that. Talk to the hand. Because the rest of me ain't speaking. Done. Look, I appreciate what they try to do there to Team Phantasma. Like, they were always going to be in a tricky position. The game was over. You only win that by catching, say, 2 people out simultaneously and just popping them. If you caught Crowny, you deleted him. Caught Nemesis and deleted him. Maybe you could play the 4v5 in extended play. That's about it. Alright, Team Phantasma back to the drawing board. Take blue side for the love of God for game 3. I think it's time to flip things up. The negative KDA merchant. Yes, he is. Being chillin', sporting our rats? Hell yeah. Okay, guys, let me run some ads and get me in game. I'm gonna run to the toilet because I need to. We are going to mute the Ghost Tree. Up the desktop audio, play some music. And I shall return. Having uploaded. Back momentarily, folks. We're back. Hi guys. How are we doing? Baus one-shot the Caitlyn coach destroys base, but his teammates are still fighting. It's very Baus, isn't it? It's very Baus. Glad to be back. What do you think about TP not targeting Baus or Nemesis? I think they took a serious gamble. I think it hasn't paid off. Baus gets one of his most iconic in the Gragas. Nemesis gets two of his most iconic in the Azir and the Orianna. I don't know. I think game one in some ways is playable at a certain point, but I think they didn't play topside especially well. This is very dramatic music. What is this? Silas into Hysteria 2. You're from Mage Seek. Let's Gareth Coker again. Do I want to listen to this? No. Shimmer City. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah, I think they made I think they took a very big gamble. Oh, I could show off my clip, couldn't I? Where is it? Where art thou? There it is. This was from earlier today. Hang on, I'll show this off while I can. This one. It's a really good call from earlier. I'm very happy with this. Very happy indeed. Right. Hang on a minute. Into the back line, just goes Drake out, stepping through him, but I think he might still die. I gotta make this bigger. With him. Oh my days, revamp! He's breathing heavy, he's breathing hard! The rest of EDG are breathing no more!
Ambessa
This is
gets
really
a
crap. I don't like using Instagram in a browser.
9,800 damage team fight
That's-
because
why
they
can't I
have
not make this
4
bigger?
Infernal Dragons buffed up by a Ruinous Atakan. Breathe
where's the-
Omnivamps his way.
Infernal Soul afterwards, but they are down
Gotta
one
go.
rabbit for it. Breathe into the back line, just go straight down, stepping through him, but I think he might still
Hey, I
go
missed
like,
us.
still gets a few with him!
Oh my days, Omnivamp! He's breathing heavy, he's breathing hard! The rest of EDG are breathing no more! Beautiful.
Ambessa gets a 9.
Hi there, screen. Let's just move this down before we break the game. Cool, go down. That's better. Oh, we went to draft anyway. Ah! I need to talk about this. Ah! Co-stream. One tap. One tap. Pretty much everybody on the opposition. Except possibly Nah, if he goes defensive. That's got to be the only person. Nope, changed my mind. Looks like LR winning this one. I might be, honestly. It might be. Like, you could be winning if you use PIA.com/Onivia lol for the 83% discount. One singular meep for Reckless. Meep. I think LR is going easy on TP this game, you know, 2-0 making up for the series, making the series spicy. I mean, it's Velia on Maokai, not always the most fun, but they are such a bruisery comp. Like, Maokai and Cho'Gath are more damage than people think it is. It's also Baus. He builds fucking weird on Cho'Gath. Terrible draft from TP. I'm not a huge fan. What it does do, okay, what it does do is give you lane prio theoretically everywhere. Civic Armor will shove in a Jinbard. Tristana can fight with the Jace for prio, your explosive charge, and your AoE autos should give you shove. Nah can shove in Cho'Gath. That then theoretically allows Manatee to go fuck with Velia. That is what you have to do. You need lane prio from minute 1, and you use it to screw the jungle. And then LR can't play the game. They never get to mid game. They never get to work as a unit. That's what this draft does. I think it's a very different draft. I think it's a potentially a way to attack what has been a weakness of LR before. I think it's risky. And if you just lose the early damage trades, that's not great either. Crowny barriers to try and win out the damage. So does Excellent. Fighting for level 2 still pretty heavily. Bouncing Grenade doesn't work enough. That'll be level 2 for Team Phantasma. Looking like a feast, you might say. I see our ideas. So, if Lost Ratones can hold on early, it's fine. But you can see they are shoved up everywhere. What you do with this is you get wards down, jungle entrances, you track the Maokai. A lot of teams, when you do this in solo queue, will not do appropriate warding and just die to a very easy overextended gank. That shouldn't happen here, because what you're trying to do is set up for Manatee to go, hey, Velia, want to 1v1 me? And really screw with the Maokai. Crowny has to flash to get out of the range of the tether. Dun 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 bounce. Ah. He ints every one of us. Ba, ba, da, ba. See, Manatee is here. Oh, Nemesis. Okay. Swell Siege, just wide. Hang on, they know where the jungles are. Oh, Baus. Goodbye, mate. You're dead. Nice. Nicely done. Really greedy war, like, positioning, Baus. Like, doesn't bother flashing, knows he's done. Manatee gets the invade off. Karma's there as well. Shove comes on through. Raptor camp successfully stolen. So Baus ruptures for this, then looks to reset. Recalls, and Kyo goes, I've got Mega coming. I could just hop at this for the attack speed. You just don't win this, you know? 20 stack Cho'Gath, 50-minute game incoming? Yeah, might be. Honestly, Team Phantasma want grubs this game. They want to accelerate through early lane gold as much as they can. Like, this is the first game from lane where Team Phantasma are really getting an actual lead. Pepper needs to be a bit careful here. Good explosive charge! Holy shit, that's close. I think another auto might have done it, you know. Oh my god. Hang on, Reaver's got flash. Flash, soul flare, flash, soul flare, flash, soul flare. Yes! Knew it. Nice kill. Pressure lanes, allow your support to roam, allow your jungle to do that. Nemesis Action is better. Honestly, I kind of wouldn't have hated it this game. Good setup for it. I think the Jace scales better. There's more ways of playing the game. And you don't have the lane prior to necessarily use your ability to roam off vision as well. Yeah, going rogue is a large part of what makes Akshan actually good. Now I'm going to pop off and poke him with every objective with Mouse Saplings. Yeah, I mean, Jhin, Jace, Maokai is actually a lot of objective poke. Really, really obnoxious. At least Value's not fallen miles behind. I thought he might get invaded more aggressively than he has. Finding over second Scuttle Crab. I think that's been secured by Lilia. Flash. Go on, Bousy. Oh! Very nice. Silence, Rupture, Flash, Feast. Oh, that's food to go, that one. Manatee at least gets 2 of the grubs. Can you get 3rd? Nemesis does not enjoy that at all. At all? Bloody hell. Nice. Okay, solo kill side. Oof. That's rough. I mean, it was a BF sword back for the Tristana. She hurts. Also, Keel gets to teleport back to lane. Baus has had to reset. Hang on, good route. Oh, Reaver. Okay, heals burned. Crowny's now slightly in danger. Crowny's now slightly in danger. Barriers through. Axel will have his own. Ricochets. Barrier of his own. Okay, nice. That is heal burned for heal and barrier. So we lose secondary summon as Value can look for a flash ult. Flash W. Nice angle. Oh, that's slow. Nasty as hell, but whoa. Reckless, that cosmic binding. Sets up for the deadly flourish from downtown. Accent, don't face check the Maokai. Okay, fine. Actually, pretty back and forth early game. Important kill there for the Jhin, though. Because that could have been very, very rough. Wallop. Into the wall. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of damage. Baus. We'll have Feast up. The silence coming on through. Hang on. Wallop. Boulder toss. Okay, solo kill back. You still don't win against Meganar. Not yet. But you can see what this game plan is for Team Phantasma. It's like, look, screw the team fighting thing. We're just going to shove. We're just going to shove. And it has gotten the Lilia significantly. She's got camps to go back to, too. Again, Velia has some of his own. Velia's got 6. Okay, hang on. Team fight. Level 6 is through. This could be really ugly. Baus is here. You don't want to get stuck in those routes. Gonna go over the wall. That'll be a route onto Reaver, who will likely die. Okay, on the other side, Baus is gonna die to Pepe. It's a 1-for-1 right now. Flash on 4 for Manatee. Gets the lilting lullaby. Where's the rest of Team Phantasma? Looking for a swell seed onto Crowny. Reckless dies. Crowny's gonna follow. Really good from Manatee. And Pepper gets 3 kills overall this game. That Tristana could just carry from here. Okay, so it starts with what looks like a really good angle from Velia, but actually, Manatee and Pepper get out of the range of the Nature's Grasp, And Pepper just says, okay, you've silenced me. I don't care. I can still auto you. You're dead. And then Manatee's going to flash. Tries to get Velia with the Q, but doesn't quite. Lilting Lullaby and Crowny flashes, but it doesn't get him to safety. They target Reckless first. They hit the Swirl Seed before onto Crowny, slow him down even more, and reapply the burn. Really good Lilia play. And now this Tristana is going to be pretty much unmatchable in a side lane right now. And I think if the Lilia get to kind of keep pairing up, that's going to be really ugly. It's not over or anything for Lost Ratones, don't get me wrong. I still like their 5v5 on the whole. Jhin getting a second kill is great news, gives you more threat. And again, we already said Jhin, 2 to 3 items will really start punishing the squishier members of Team Phantasma. He's not going to rely on a 4th item, which sometimes Jhin does to really come online against tankier options. I do think Jhin scales better than people sometimes think he does, but I think in this game he'll be threatening a bit earlier before that. But Nemesis needs to stabilize. He needs to stop giving up deaths. And we need to see a little bit of a better ult from Velia. That left room for escapes. Can't have that. Oh, the huge manatee. Oh, humanity. Oh, God, Mech. I just saw what you meant. Oh, looking perma-grounded. Yeah, a bit. I mean, Crowny's still strong. There is that. He's ahead of the Sivir. But Sivir is going to be a problem. You've gotten... Your front line will hate Sivir. And Sivir can also deal with the Maokai roots quite well. You can tank up for your team the Maokai roots by using your spell shield, which can be quite annoying. Pepper, rooted. Not too huge amount of Ellen Reaver's behind him. Yeah, I don't think you're winning this dive. Not with Butter Shot available. Okay, gonna see if someone face checks. We've got 2 grubs to 1. First dragon is Team Phantasmas. Next dragon's in a few minutes, not that much happening. Manatee's doing grubs again. Lilting Lullaby, gonna hop on to Bows, who flashes away. Looks for the rupture. He stays alive, but does have to flash away. Can't look to feast the grubs. That will now be 5 grubs for Team Phantasma. Pretty much without contest. EUJ saying it, still on a 3-1, 3-1 for LR. Okay, interesting. When I'm half asleep, I get better at my Deli Reavery. Made me sneeze. That was awful. Wow, Mecha. That's my mod. What is he doing? I'm going to ban myself for that one. Look, I'm thinking paying people. That's what I'm doing. That's fair. You know what? That's very reasonable. Double Yuan tiles in for Team Phantasma. It gives them some scaling options. And what this team does have is a lot of hyper-scaling damage. Tristana, Sivir, Lilia, all excellent at 3+ items. Gnar isn't awful either. Actually does scale surprisingly well. Thank you for the bless you. I meant to hit the mute, and then I couldn't find it because I was on the wrong page on my stream deck. Sorry about that. But thank you, First K. 10 ban of 8 hours at least. Is that why you're going to sleep? That's a Shojin first for the Jace. It's just getting green screened currently. Oops. Hang on. Reaver. Caught out. Swell Seed back. Failure. Goes for a Twister advance. He's going to die. He's just not tanky. He's only got a Leandries and a Phase Rush. Lilting Lullaby. Manatee goes beyond to make sure Crowny can't run out. Easy bloody kills. One of them goes to Reaver. That's a bit upsetting. But hey, it's one onto Axelot, who just has to sit here and ricochet a bird home. Get hit by that turret, thank you. Time for a weekend fiesta. Might be. Another couple plates, and you've got 5 grubs, remember. That's difficult now. The thing is, you still are going to struggle to deal with the shove of Sivir, Tristana, Karma, Gnar. Like, you're never going to have lane prior. You've got great objectives, assuming you can get there in force and not have your members just blown up in 1v1s. Plans a shout out, way to be included in the next Weed Addict's Nightmare. That one I'm not helping you with. You can deal with that one you're saying. What's the date? 20 seconds. Boss. 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 At least Lost Ratones aren't falling miles behind in farm. That's really important. Aside from in the jungle. That is happening. But again, we said that might happen. Look, the shove was going to enable Manatee to do this, right? Dragon's up. And this only gets worse. The Lilia, the more items she gets, the less she cares about camps existing. Am I the Onivia guy? No, I am not Onivia. I work with Onivia. We're on his channel here. Thank you for the follow, Hayo. Thanks for coming on in. Appreciate you. Kyo's gonna go down. I'd like to see Babu's going jungle soon. That would be quite funny. Could be quite funny. I'm the Evelyn guy. I'm your brother. He is... Well, this is my stream, to be fair. And I'm doing EMEA Masters and he's not. Is the honest answer. He's actually out having hot pot with friends right now. It's pretty cool. Alas, I am doing this. Nemesis. Nemesis. He's just dead, isn't he? Oh, when's the next rocket jump? When's the next rocket jump? Oh, he's not going to be quite there. Okay, flash, flash. There's no buster shot either. Woo! Hang on. That's a really nice pick on a Reaver. Crowny could pop. Missed the deadly flourish. No! Wait! No way did that ult catch out, Pepe. Oh, very nice. Big shutdown for Crowny. Big shutdown for Crowny. But yeah, this is my stream. I also stream League of Legends. We try and do a little bit here as well if we can. So thank you for the follow. I does appreciate it, mate. Welcome. Thank you for coming on in. I live in the same house. He's normally in the other room, to be honest. Just not tonight. Got other things happening. Classic LR game 3. A little bit. Little bit. Again, it's not over yet. Like, as we said, the way Lost Ratones plays this game is from mid-game as a unit. The early lane was going to suck. It did. It's going to get Lilia ahead. It did. And you have actually got this Jhin to a point where he could be quite threatening. The thing is, Team Phantasma's lead is quite brittle. It's quite easy to break for Lost Ratones. Like, as long as they keep things up, it's fine. But their lead doesn't buy them tanky. It doesn't buy them survivability. It doesn't buy them suddenly CC. It buys them more damage. It buys them great 1v. It buys them the ability to accelerate harder, but there is no hitting the brake pedal. If you do, that kind of thing can happen. No, I thought you did go to most casts together. We do. We absolutely do. For LPL in particular, we do. Al, understandably, wanted the evening off. Didn't want to cast. So it's just me doing this one. But yes, we often do. It's also why I took the last couple games off the LPL this morning, because I knew I was going to be doing this evening. So I actually had a little bit of time where I wasn't on bloody broadcast. Because otherwise I would have gone, end of the LPL, been raided over to me, done a little bit of my own stream, into this, and then finally ending possibly 5 games later. It would have been way too much for a 9 AM start into that. Could have been 9 to 11 purely on camera, which wouldn't have been very helpful. Does it also buy the mind control? I mean, theoretically, as Baus is going to have a horrible time. Hang on. Nature's Grasp, Shock Blast, Reaver, just about alive. Wait for the Curtain Call. Curtain Call's going to deal with Reaver. Okay, nice. This is what we said. It doesn't buy you tankiness. Baus survived. Nemesis suddenly has items. Yeah, Team Phantasma's lead has all gone down the drain. Told you it was brittle. I told you they could break it. They needed to turn that into structures. They needed to turn that into Soul or Atakan or something. They don't. 3,000 gold goes down the drain in the blink of an eye. Crowny is the recipient on the Jhin that already had the gold. This Jhin is going to be absolutely unreal. I don't know whether Pepe should have hopped over the wall there. It's a really good Nature's Grasp. But look at Phantasma. Manatee, Kyo, Pepe, nowhere near half their teammates. Baus survives. They go looking for more, but don't find a good lilting lullaby. Manatee doesn't get in. Pepe finally gets an auto off now, at which point Velia just says, well, screw it, I'm flash Wing you. You're dead. Rapid fire done for the Jhin, actually for a bit of extra target access, understandable. You don't want to deal with the fact that some of this damage from range will be tricky. Gonna go for the Infinity Edge next. I think that's fine. You're not necessarily as reliant on being raw damage. Oh yeah, I'm a prophet. I wondered. Literally, I love the fact that I said the lead is brittle, and then within 20 seconds, my point is proven. It's great. Sometimes it works. Why do I'm doing a Tigger laugh there? The wonderful thing about Tiggers is they're right about League of Legends. Lilting Lullaby, but the Tempered Fate's gonna time it out. Oh no, Manatee! Oh no! Here comes the boom. Have I thought about casting other games? If you want to tune in at midnight European time tomorrow, I will be casting Superman. I'm also going to try and get to do a bit of Marvel Rivals if I can as well. Trying to find ways out that one. So I do cast Superman. I have cast Diablo. What else have I done? I've done some Mario Kart back in the day. TFT, Honor of Kings, I've done some analyst work for. So yeah, I've definitely tried to make sure I'm a little bit broader. Can I flame TP now? Yeah, can do. Reki with a huge save, yeah. That Tempered Fate timed out the Lilting Lullaby. Really nice. Right, let's have a look again. So at this point, Nemesis got a really good flank angle. You think, yeah, actually, hang on. I've got my Lilia here, and we've still got damage. Let's look at this. Go for the Lilting Lullaby, but the Thundering Blow knockback into the Tempered Fate. There isn't follow-up. The curtains are called. Pepe has to run. The curtain call still slows down Pepe just enough for Velia to smite and Nature's... No, Twisted Advance. I do this. I conflate Maokai's ult and W quite a lot. It's Twisted Advance and Nature's Grasp. And sometimes I call it Nature's Advance and Twisted Grasp, which both kind of feel appropriate because the roots grasp you and the advance is twisted. You better cast Finals of your analysis. I will be there tomorrow. You know it. I'll be there tomorrow. And thank you. It means a lot. Okay. Finally get another turret. Herald comes wiling on through. Good driving, Baus. That gold lead hit 4K and disappeared in the blink of an eye. Look at that insane drop where the team fight happened. Okay. If you're Team Phantasma, you are now playing the Tristana side lane win condition game. Kyo needs to not die to the Nature's Grasp. Oh, that Tempered Fate. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, that curtain call. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. Oh, Rick. Oh, nah. And the Gnar shutdown comes on through. What's happening on the other side? Baus and Manatee are trading. Ah, pause. Yeah, baby. Look. The damage is definitely there from Lost Ratones, right? We said it would be. Credit to Nemesis. He's been landing some decent poke to turn these around. However, consider where a lot of Lost Ratones damage has come from. It's been in really big screw it, we're fighting you now moments. And it has actually earned them a big turnaround. This graph is going to start changing from now. We're going to start to see Crowny putting out a lot more damage. We're going to start to see Bausey and Velia probably end up with slightly better damage now as well. Because actually also, you've got to remember, TP are playing into Maokai, they're playing into Cho'Gath, who have a lot bigger HP totals to get damage numbers off than Team Phantasma do. So those numbers are slightly misleading. Because if you're attacking, like, I don't know, a Yumi, who's not on someone, she's got, like, what, 200 fucking HP, if that? Like, as a percentage of the health bar, every auto you're doing is insane. It's great damage value. But it's a bit different to, like, whacking a Mundo Tahm Kench for, like, the entire game. Like, yes, of course you've done 60,000 damage. But relative to what Mundo has at HP total, it's not actually that crazy. If I'm TP on this, I'll be typing FF. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, you can see how, if you get to go into the game, foot on the accelerator, stay on the accelerator, you can basically say Lost Ratones are never going to have an opportunity to come back, because we are always the one in the driver's seats, we are always the one pushing forwards, and the snowball is never stopping. The moment you misstep once, though, and especially against all of the catch, like what we got, Maokai, Jhin, Bard, Cho'Gath, with Jace and a fed Jhin at this point following up from 30 miles away, you die. So if your vision control isn't spot on, if your wave control isn't spot on, if you aren't good enough to dodge the engages, you will die. You will die. Of course you will. Like, what on earth does a Tristana say to a full combo from Maokai Cho'Gath Jace? Tea time. Bounce Cho stacks 8 out of 20. Okay. Is it going to be 20? I don't. That's a bold call. Oh, I mean, how does Pepe find himself in this situation in the first place? Giga fed 10 minutes into the game. Yeah, I mean, as we said, your margin for error in this comp is... Hang on, what's the smallest I can do in still C3? Like that, like that? That is margin of error. Basically, it's non-existent. Does the finals tomorrow have a venue? Unfortunately not, no. EMEA Masters does not have a venue at the minute. One day I hope we get venues again. I think it's a real shame we don't. It will in summer. Maybe in spring. Who knows? Gotta hope. Yeah, it should be. We should have pushed the advantage to be one-tapping Vargin. Yeah, I think the other thing was that we saw very presumptive shoves onto turrets, right? Like Tristana, given time, will destroy turrets. However, in a comp like this, you need Karma and Manatee to have basically gone through river, swept and warded to check out where the Maokai and Jhin, I suppose, are, to prevent wild angles from a Bard, from a Nemesis hiding in a bush behind you to jump on you. And breaking the shove. Because you will disappear a turret. You will disappear a wave. But you need information to work with. And theoretically, the fact you have priority should give you access into river first, should give you earlier collapse, should give you better vision, should give you ability to get access to these turrets while knowing where LR are. But I don't think that flowchart has been super clean as the game's gone. It was fine in the first 10 minutes, but as the game's gotten a bit more fractured, things have gone a bit more wrong, things have started slipping through the cracks. Wards have gotten through. People have gotten through. And that's not been as easy to work. So let's find out what's happening. Where are you? Not heard anything yet. Investors still investigating. That was nearly 10 minutes ago. Oh, gosh. So, refs don't quite know what's happening yet. When I know, or I'm allowed to tell you, I'll tell you. If I'm not allowed to tell you, you have to make it up. Alright, guys. In fact, here's your challenge. I've got 3 chats open. What is the reason for the pause? Wildest answer wins. They're icing lost Ratones. That's what they're doing. They're sticking with a freezer. That's what's going on. Hey, thank you for the follow, Trespasser. I appreciate it. And again, guys, if you can follow, if you can subscribe, it means a huge deal for me here on the channel. Obviously, I'm a smaller streamer. Always nice to get people to come along for that one. Connection issue. Oh, maybe. That's okay. I see it. I can see a connection issue. What's going on? Let me check. I've not seen too much from the YouTube chat. Has YouTube been quiet today? Sometimes it is. Very mixed in terms of that one. Crowley choked so much it caused an earthquake. That's gone 1 to P. Babu's broke the game. That's a good one. That's it. TP's Team Phantasma's Uber came early, so they are now packing their stuff so they can just throw the game in 5 minutes and go back home. Wow! How have I been doing, Trespasser? Really good until Grumpy Seraph decided to be mean. Die some. Diarrhea, says Onivia. Hi from the Philippines. When is next NLC season starting? I believe very early April, so it will be weekend after next, I think. Or hang on, it'll be not week next week, week after. Not next week, week after. How you doing, Trespasser? Having a good time? P-time, says Lamborghini. I'm back. Welcome back, Foxy. Glad to have you. TP calling home. Just calling their therapists. It's all the Lilia bug pause. Oh, is it a Lilia bug? Foxy, what did you see? Because I don't think we saw it. We've been making jokes about what the pause is for. So if we've actually got information, do you mind sharing what you saw? Do I think Cream is the real deal in the LPL? Well, we're waiting for Foxy to respond to that one. I want to believe Cream is the real deal. I've seen such good things from Cream. And then the moment I think he's got it, he has international tournaments like this, and you go, oh dear, not again. I don't think he was the biggest offender on top esports at first. Actually, I think he was relatively okay. Just he was okay, not great. Oh, you're hearing on Lilia's on Casual stream. The Lilia ult sleep didn't go through. Oh, that is potentially quite significant. Was it interrupted? Because otherwise they could call for a chrono break, and we could be here a while, folks. Okay. Basically, we have now got an answer. So, according to the refs, I believe this is safe for air as well, so we're fine. And this is the statement as it comes from one of the referees. We were investigating a potential bug. However, this bug is one the team should be aware of. Therefore, we did not offer a chrono break and resume the game. So, known bug, teams are aware of it, no chrono break. Yep. And in fact, Foxy's saying it there as well. There we go. So, that's what it is. 369 was doing straight 3 rolls. Yeah, unfortunately, I agree. I also think Jackie Love had a very, very poor tournament. I don't like to be too stats focused. However, when you are an AD carry, having the highest average deaths for any player, not role-based, whole player, in a game, average deaths, highest in a game, as an AD carry, is unacceptable. That means you're the highest average deaths on your team, you're the highest average deaths across the tournament. As an AD carry, who is expected to be a star carry like Jackie Love, it's not it. Not it. I also think Crisp is a main shot caller and playmaker, and he tilted and overplayed quite a lot. And that kind of left Kanavi out to dry, because what do you do when your both lanes on the sides are inting the hell out of you? He got decent gold leads in multiple times to try to force plays, but when you're the only person with a gold lead on your team, it's pretty miserable. I think Cream was fine. He had 1 or 2 bad games, but I think he was like criminal number 4 out of 5, if you know what I mean. For me, it was something like Jackie, Crisp, 369, Cream, Kanavi, that order. Isn't it obvious you can't sleep, fear charm after you die? Yeah, probably. Not supposed to do the triple death live on Knockdown. That was just poor. Yeah, that wasn't great. But, you know, I think Kanavi on the whole, like, the problem is everybody on top esports had bad games. That's just the way it was. That said, I had more consistent issues. There were a couple flashy bad plays from Kanavi, but I actually think on the whole, he did a decent job of getting leads and being a potential carry threat. Yeah, a little bit like Manatee this year. There's some truth to that. Again, a bit different, right? I think Kanavi was probably a little bit. Obviously, he's a better jungler, but you know, actually, Manatee's done a decent job of getting leads, and then problem is the rest of his team's done falling apart. It's like, okay, well, I need to try and make something happen here, and he's not going to go quietly into the night. Kanavi doesn't go quietly into the night. Yeah, exactly. Only play with a gold lead every game. Exactly. And again, that's not excusing the misplays. There were misplays, but I think there was I also think that there's a certain amount of like, at this point, unless you want to just quietly lose the game and save your KDA, you have to try. I think we saw a bit of that from Cream as well. I remember that Yone game where he TP's behind. In fact, like just there, the red buff. Looks like a great teleport angle, and the rest of his team backs away. He's like, well, I've just come in here. We're not going to ult. What? Yeah. Rough. Crispin 369 more criminal than Cream. I think Kanavi got more hate than he deserved. I think Kanavi was a lot less bad than people think he was. Personally, I mean, I'm happy to have that argument. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I looked at some of the VODs. I think Crisp was very, very poor in a way. Like, he was some of the weirdest map movements I've seen out of sport in a very long time. He was fumbling 2v2s in a way he really, really wasn't back home. So I think it was probably, for me, Jackie and Crisp. 369, probably 369. Cream Kanavi, I think that order. Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe I'm just too big of a Kanavi fanboy. Maybe that's what it is. I might, you know, maybe, because the thing is, I don't think 369 was that bad, but there were some really poor games at points. So maybe it's Cream 369. Maybe I do it that order. No, you're right. It's Cream 369 Kanavi. Because I think my problem with 369 is he would, like, just wasn't ever a win condition. Like, I expect so much more from him. He was not great. He had really poor team fights. Wasn't a win condition. Just sort of, like, quietly lost lane. That's not what I need. To me, Kanavi lost a couple games on his own. I don't know. I think the thing is, I disagree with the expectations. I think Crisp had a ridiculously good season and then looked awful after that. It's by far the most consistently looked in forever. I think 369 was just absent. And Kanavi was getting solid leads by himself quite a lot. Like, don't get me wrong, I think he overplayed with some of those leads. But I have a lot more sympathy for someone who has a lead and tries to do something with it while the rest of his team is falling apart than not. But that's my personal take. I'm not necessarily, like, denying your point. I'm not saying that Kanavi played well. I think the whole of top esports go on the fraud wall. They will be going on the fraud wall. That's a big one. Alright, well, there's Baron coming on through while all this is happening. This Jhin is so ungodly strong. Jhin 62 for the longest time at 24 minutes. Now at 50 minutes of KDA gonna make him look bad. Yeah, exactly. There's some truth to that too. Yeah. What about Doomby? Doomby, great regular season. I think the problem was his pocket picks were really well scouted coming into Pepper. Oh my god, Pepper's gone. Like, I talk about the game, guys, but like, Reaver is... Alright, Nemesis. You know what, we want to... Cho'Gath has gone for a 5-star book. Oh my god, right. Well, Reaver is being reaved. No pirates allowed. Want to post the Vandal book. Oh, sorry, did you get... Foxy, hang on. If you got it ready. Minute to post it. Oh, whoops. Should be fine. There you go. Boom. There it is. There's the Vandal bug. Thank you very much. For those who care, there's the bug. Yeah, and again, I don't want to make it seem like top esports played well because they didn't. Everyone was bad. You're welcome. Kanavi's biggest crime is escaping with his team against HLE and diving back in the turret. Yeah, exactly. That one wasn't good. And again, there were some really big on-screen fails, which always look bad. But I think I look holistically and I go, actually, I don't think Kanavi was as bad as people think he might have been. Personally, anyway. But that's GG. 3-0 lost Ratones. They're going to finals, baby. NLC versus LFL. Great Britain versus France. The Channel Tunnel is about to be a battleground, folks. That's where the final shall be held. On the Eurostar. Between both countries. Let's go. GG, guys. It was a brittle lead. We said it would be. Did Bowser ult blue buff? I think he might have for the stag. Oh, guys, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for hanging around with us. It's been good fun, hasn't it? One last shout out here as well to private internet access. Please go use the piavpn.com/OniviaLol link if you want to try and get involved with supporting the channel. If you use that, you can get 83% discount towards a VPN. It's a cool VPN. By all accounts, the reviews I've seen look really, really good. And Cranny's just out. Bye, mate. See you, nerds. Scratches. I I might play one last League of Legends game, you know? I might while I'm on. While I'm on. Onivia's chat, it's been a pleasure. I'm going to call it here for you guys. Thank you for coming and hanging out. We'll be back tomorrow. Until then, though, guys, see you all around. Lost Ratones versus IJC. Should be a great time. Bye-bye for now. Boop.